Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we proudly present our spectacular show of podcast magic and imagination full of Disney wonder, news, and pop culture. It's the Main Street Electrical Podcast with Jenn Dave and David Dollar.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Dave.
It's the Main Street Electrical Podcast. Episode number 160. We made it 160. We only 40 more to go, and we're at 200. So they're another, I don't know, our first of the year, I think. Like something. I did the math because I was sitting there on Disney Hold. I had nothing else to do, so it was like February-ish or whatever, March-ish. Episode 200. So we'll just kind of get to that when we get there. But Jen, how did you Disney this week?
Ooh, all right. Well, I Disneyed this week by doing some additional preparations for my Disney cruise at the end of July. I had to make some transfers. Finally booked my transfers to and from the port. That had been a minute.
Fun times.
And going through
that's good to go ahead and get that booked. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, we had the hotel, we had the flights. We just hadn't figured out how we were getting to and from the port yet. That's fine, but we got that.
You have the cruise coming up.
We do.
Can you talk? I know we'll talk a little bit more about that in the future, but like overall, what's happening on this cruise? When is the cruise? I mean, and we have some special guests on this cruise as well.
We do. So this is a great cruise, a 10-night starting in Southampton, which is basically the London port. If you fly into London and then you go to Southampton. And then there's 3 stops in Iceland, there's a stop in Norway, Cherbourg, France, which is Normandy, basically you're close to Normandy at that point, and ends up in Copenhagen, Denmark. So this is like a really cool 10-night sailing on the Disney Dream. Very excited because on this cruise, well, I knew that Agent Katie and her husband Ben were going to be on this cruise. So I was like, oh, cool, we're going to know people, and we, when we decided to go ahead and do it, and then after that, found out that KylaKyla is also going to be on the cruise, and actually, we are going to have Friend Marcy is going to be on this cruise as well.
Even better.
And Rory, of course. Along with several, I actually know several other people who are going to be on the cruise from different agencies or different, whatnot. It just, because it's such a cool itinerary, a lot of people who like to cruise DCL are cruising it because it is a different itinerary. So I'm going to know a lot of people on the ship, which will be a lot of fun.
That is exciting.
So yeah, we'll get to, but yeah, very exciting. The 3 stars are on the ship. A few other ones, I think there was 1 or 2 others were supposed to be in, and they had to change their reservations for whatever reason. So, party in Europe.
It's going to be exciting. Of course, we'll start trying out guest hosts over the couple of weeks, and you'll be gone for 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll bring in some new people, and we'll just see if what works and what doesn't. I'm just kidding, Jen. You can't leave the show because everybody loves you. They like me. They love Jen. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out the show that week. I am gone 10 days. And I don't.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get Derek to come on. I'm sure he would love to co-host the show.
There you go. He could co-host.
He would absolutely love it. So Disney for me, I Disneyed this week, and so did you, by the way. We signed up for the racing February.
Yeah, I should have used
the Princess Half Marathon. Sign up was yesterday as of the recording, so on the 20th. So we had to sign up, and it really is one of those. I mean, I don't know how Disney could fix it to make it even better. Maybe if they had more people working, I don't know. So the half marathon, you have your 5K, your 10K, your half. You have your challenge, which is your 10K and your half, and it's not the 5K. So you have the 5K sign up. The 5K is by itself.
That's separate. That's always by itself.
If you want the challenge, you get the 2 medals, the challenge medal, and then you have to buy the 5K. They've also got the virtual races coming up as well. And so it's all princess themed. The 5K is the Ariel. The Rapunzel is the 10K, and that's the one I really wanted. But I thought
Belle was a 10K.
No, it's Rapunzel this time.
Okay.
Rapunzel is the 10K. And I really wanted it. And I think the half is maybe, I don't remember, but I do remember that Elsa and Anna are the challenge. That's the challenge medal for Elsa and Anna, whatever. So either way, you get online and you get into a queue before 9. It was 9 o'clock for my time, so Central Time, 10 o'clock your time. So you get into the queue early, and on the bottom it says everybody who gets in the queue before registration opens is just randomly assigned a number.
You're just thrown into the queue. Doesn't matter.
So I could get in there at 8:59. I could get in there at 8:05, and it doesn't matter. after you get in, you're then in numerical order this time you signed in.
Right.
So, of course, all of our agents, or nearly all of the agents, we're all in a chat and everything. We're just all piling in. Everybody, of course, our good friend Emily, owner of Bluebird Gifting Company, they're in Orlando, like 20 minutes in, like 9:20. She was like, okay, I got it. And we're like, aren't you in Epcot? She was like, well, yeah, I'm walking through Epcot, but I still got it. Did it on her phone. So she's good. So I've been on since 8:40 and I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then, you're on a call, then you pipe in a few minutes later, you're like, I got it. And then there's Kyla. She's like, I'm in.
Oh no, I was one of the last ones.
Well, but didn't you get it? But you got it early, didn't you? Or did you get it towards the end there?
No, I got it. I got it before you, but I got it, I would say about 11:45 my time.
Yeah, so about an hour 45 after it had opened. And when you're basically, for those of you who've never done the registration, you get a screen that says, it's a virtual queue, and then the wait time on the bottom.
Oh, 11:15. I'm sorry, 11:15.
Approximate wait more than an hour. That's what mine said.
Yeah, that's
and
what mine
as you
said
get
too.
closer to the time, it'll say
It's like
55
drops.
minutes, 40 minutes, 30, and then it might go from 35 back up to 50 or whatever.
Yeah.
But everybody's piping in. They're like, oh my gosh, my time's at 40 minutes and 30 minutes, and I'm at 15 minutes, and I'm still like more than an hour. I've got my computer.
Yeah.
I've got an iPad. I've got 2 phones.
I had multiple browsers up.
I've got an old iPhone and a new iPhone all going at the same time. All of them say more than an hour. I'm like, oh my goodness, what happens if I don't get this? I'm just, what the heck?
My phone was the one I was like, I would like to do it on the computer. No, it was my phone browser was the one that it like did first.
Well, we're seeing like the 10K sold out, and it will appear on the bottom of the screen just so you know the 10K has sold out. We're waiting for the 5K, and you chimed in. You're like, I got in, and then finally I watched my numbers go down from 50 to 40 all the way in.
Yeah.
Got online, and I had this fear that I was accidentally going to close the tab. That was my fear. Every time I wanted to do something else, I'm like, moving the cursor around. I'm like, don't touch this, whatever. And finally, I just made this like a separate tab altogether. Put it off to the side. I'm like, I can't. Got in, and probably not more than 10 minutes later, the 5K was sold out. Everything was sold out.
Almost all of us got in who wanted it.
Yes, I think there's one or two people.
Only one or two people didn't get it.
But they're going to be part of the cheer section. We have people that we're all going to go as a group in February, and there's a couple of people that says, hey, I'm not running. One of our new agents, Agent Star Jamie, she was like, I don't run unless something is chasing me. I'm not doing it. I'm not running. However, I'll be there to cheer you on. So that's part of the cheer squad. And our good friend, very, very tall Clint Smith, he was like, I'm not running either. Although honestly, 7 steps and he's got the 5K done.
I was gonna
he falls down, he's halfway done. And so it's a good time. We signed up for it. I kind of wanted to sign up for the virtual 10K because you also get the medal, the Rapunzel medal, the virtual medal. That's another like $100 I don't want to spend. However, I already spent $100 on this one. Our quasi producer Heather is doing the 10K with an old friend of ours, former agent friend Irene. So they're doing it together. But she's also going to be doing the 5K, I think, with her daughter. And so she'll be.
Oh no, actually, Kylie's doing the 10K with Heather. They're doing the 10K together. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was the 5K. Okay, very good. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that's all happening. So that was all fun. And it's one of those really stressful things. You're like, this is not the end of the world, but what if I don't get it? And I'm just like, finally got in. Everything, by the way, is sold out. 5K is out.
Yeah, it's all. And typically that is how
midday it was all gone. It got down to the point where only the half marathon was left, and then that was gone. The virtual queues are open, but they're not for sale till the 23rd. So when you're listening to this on release day, tomorrow's when the virtual queues open, and those will sell out probably.
Those will sell.
So if you want a virtual queue, if you want a virtual race, I would do that. I would go ahead and sign up for it and get it done. They're non-refundable. So once you spend that money, it is gone. So just understand that.
And there is no transferring it. You cannot sell your bib, etc. Like there used to be rules. So if you did it pre-COVID and are used to those bib rules, they're different.
Yes. Now,
FYI.
as travel agents, as travel planners, we no longer can go in and pre-register you early, which that was a great thing that Disney used to do, where they would let agents call a special number and say, hey, I want to get so-and-so in for the race. And they would do a basic registration, get the vacation package done. And then that person wouldn't have to worry about the whole scramble at when registration begins. We can no longer do that. However, I will say, while Main Street Electrical Podcast is not an official Upon a Star podcast, we are both travel planners. Of course, you're the owner. I would say, folks, if you're going to go, let's go ahead and get your room taken care of, because those rooms, especially the value rooms, will go like that.
Very quickly.
They're going to go very quickly, because now that people know they have a race, they have a registration.
Now they will go to book their room.
Now they're going to go, especially people who bought the upper races. They're like, I spent $250 on this. I can't not go.
Right. Exactly.
Let's go ahead and start looking at that. I went ahead and got my room for February. I got Pop, because last year I wanted to get Pop. I waited too late, ended up with Port Orleans, which is fine, but I was by myself. And I'm like, oh man, all this money by myself, and I could just get pop. And so my wife, Stephanie, was very happy that I went ahead and got pop and not waiting to get a moderate or deluxe or whatever. So anyway, that's all your Run Disney stuff. Let's do some news. Oh, well, one more thing while we're starting the news here, but one more thing. The Run Disney Springtime Surprise Weekend is happening April 18th through the 21st. And that's the next event on the calendar. Your club Run Disney registration is August the 15th. Your general registration is August 22nd, and your virtual event registration is August 25th. So if you're thinking, I didn't get into the Princess, can't do the Princess F Marathon, I want the Springtime Surprise, that's happening this April, and your registration starts in August. So you have a little bit of time to
got a little time
with that.
Think about it.
So that is coming. So Rogers the Musical is coming to Disneyland very, very soon.
You are so excited about this.
I am so excited about this, but I'm not even going to be there. I can't get there.
I know, but you're
I'm
so excited
about being there. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Now, they've actually set this up. It's coming to Disneyland, California, Disney California Adventure Park. And to review, once again, because I'm sure that Jen has forgotten all about this too, but if you watch the show Hawkeye from 2021, my favorite of the Marvel shows, in the very opening scene, Hawkeye, Clint Barton, is taking his kids to New York to see Broadway plays and stuff. And there's a play called Rogers the Musical, and it's based on the events of the Avengers, which happened in Manhattan. And they even do at the end of the episode, they do a whole 4-minute scene from it. And it's just so cheesy and so fantastic. And now they've decided, because there was so much enthusiasm for that, they're now doing an actual 30-minute musical based on this. So what it's going to look like, we have no idea, but it's going to be fun. So Rogers the Musical will be coming June the 30th through July the 31st or August the 1st. That month, I'm sorry, June 30th through August 31st. It's going to be performing several times a day, Tuesday through Saturday, during the limited time engagement. You can access the viewing areas for Rogers the Musical through a virtual queue system only in the Disneyland app. So do not go into Disneyland thinking you're going to walk up and get a fast pass. It's not going to happen. The distribution for the complimentary virtual queue will start at 10:30 Pacific time for the first two shows, 2 p.m. Pacific time for the rest of the show. So the first two shows at 10:30 a.m. California time, 2 p.m. for the rest of the shows. You can find information on the Disneyland app on the virtual queue. They have also got limited time food and beverages fit for a superhero, including the red, white, and blue popcorn in a popcorn bucket. They have bottled beverages. They have ice cream beverages and stuff. They have like a red, white, and blue kind of some kind of sort of smoothie or something. And it's Disney, so you're gonna get merch. There is merch available. Everything from a shield to magnets to ornaments to things like that. There's all kinds of cool. There's one photo pass magic shot where it shows the girl kind of in an action pose, and the shield is flying towards the camera. So that looks really cool.
Like that's kind of cool. All right.
So that's gonna be really cool. And there's some more details to it too, but you can go online and find that. But that's happening very, very soon. Now it also looks like we are going to be getting Bruno in Walt Disney World Park.
We don't talk about Bruno.
I know we don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
I gotta talk about it real quick. They're doing auditions for Bruno in Walt Disney World, more than likely Hollywood Studios, maybe Magic Kingdom. I don't know. But Bruno hopefully will be coming to the park, which will be a really cool meet and greet.
Wait, where's Mirabelle? Wasn't she's greeting?
Isn't she actually?
I thought she was Magic
Kingdom.
That's what I know she's greeting.
Kingdom. Yes,
it is Magic Kingdom where Merida was.
Magic Kingdom, where Merida used to be. Yeah, as soon as you said that. So yeah, I think Bruno will be there too. I don't know if she'll be with her or if it'll be like
sometimes Mirabelle and sometimes Bruno. Okay.
Yes, but that would be really cool. I think. I mean, Bruno is just a cool character. He's one of those characters that everybody knows now. I know we don't talk, even though we don't talk about him, people know who he is. So he's somehow entered the zeitgeist of popular characters, which is awesome.
That's funny.
And really, other than the Christmas stuff, that's kind of it happening for the news for Disney.
Well, I mean, other than so we had said that we expected that Christmas party tickets would be released because it was halfway through the holidays, and indeed they were released.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, the tickets themselves were not. The dates for the party were released. Sorry. Tickets are not on sale until the 29th of if you are on site, I should say. On-site guests, June 29th. If you, for all guests, it's July. David, help me.
I'm looking up the information. I have it.
I
have it all listed here.
See, for us, for the most part, we're worried about the on-site guests because that's where most of our clients are. So we're like, we just know that that's the first sale that we can do is June 29th. And then but then at the same time, what we were not expecting that we got is I shouldn't say, like in years past we have gotten fall winter promotions that have happened about this time of year. Like usually in the summer, we start seeing the promotions for fall, winter. And we did actually on the same day got word of some great fall promotions, including a Disney Plus subscriber offer,
which was a little unusual. I don't think we expected that because
I did not expect a Disney Plus. No, we haven't had that one in a while.
Is gone, so
yeah, exactly. So we did get that Disney Plus offer, but and like a really good Disney Plus offer. It was like it's like up to 35% on rooms, and it includes a lot of even holiday times. So this is a great time if you still haven't booked a trip for the end of the year. You were kind of looking at it. Yeah, we can do something with that because there are some good options and still saw good availability actually.
Agreed. And the discounts are happening through the fall and everything. And this is kind of the fall promotion. So if you're like, well, I'm waiting for something else, I wouldn't.
I don't know that it's going to get better.
I don't think it's going to get better. I mean, if you're looking for next spring, usually those are released, November, December,
like
January-ish, whatever.
No,
in the fall, late fall.
for the spring. Yeah, for like January.
For winter, spring, whatever.
Yeah, normally
but those are coming. And also, let me just go ahead and say this too. I have a family who is going Christmas week, and they were asking about discounts as well. And it's great to ask about discounts because I will save you as much money as I possibly can. However, if you go Christmas week, there's not a lot of discounts to be had because it's Christmas week. Like anywhere else, most places are not going to offer sales, the week of Christmas, unless it's like specifically Christmas stuff. And so same thing with Disney. They're not going to be like, hey, you could save money going Christmas week because that's the busiest, most expensive time of the year for just about any theme park. And so just to be aware of that. By the way, the Disney room offers.
Although I did see some. I just quoted somebody the 21st through the 27th of December.
That's true. Because if you check in before Christmas, it works. Is that right?
For these clients, it absolutely worked. So, I mean, your mileage may vary and that could go away because obviously they're limited.
Right.
But
so let me be official here and say save up to 25% on many Sunday through Thursday night stays from October 2nd to November 18th, and most nights November 19th through December 9th, and then up to 30% most nights from December 10th through December 25th. The Disney Plus promo offer is back. Disney Plus subscribers can now save up to 35% on rooms at most Disney resorts for most nights October 22nd through November 2nd, and then November 26th through December 25th. What does all this mean? This means you can save on your fall and winter Disney World vacation. I have been working on our clients for Disney families. We've saved lots of money for lots of people. That's officially from my own side.
Nicely done.
By the way. Nicely done. So, of course, the Disney Cruise fall itineraries are out as well for 2024.
Yes,
those came out sometime, maybe a week or two ago.
A week and a half ago, I think is when we got the itineraries. They're on sale now. Platinum and Pearl already have had their booking days. Today is gold ? Yes, today is gold. Tomorrow is silver, and then they will be on sale for everybody.
Yeah, I don't go on many cruises, so you know more than I do on that. I'd have to look it up, but you got to memorize. So because that's why you're the boss. That's why you paid the cost.
It's tiered.
To be the boss.
I had to think of what day of the week it was right now.
So says Snoop Dogg. You paid the cost to be the boss. Let's talk about halfway to holiday. We are halfway to the holiday, which 5 years ago, I don't think this was a thing. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But now it's like, it's a thing. I mean, now it is a thing because we're 6 months away from Christmas. And honestly, it's the 21st, I think, when this drops, the 22nd when this drops. So we're a couple of days away from actually being officially 6 months away from Christmas. Summer is starting. Actually, as of about 2 hours ago, we are officially in
I was going to say,
summer.
Today is summer.
Summer is started now. So we are summer. It's going to get hot, which if it's already hot, then it will be hot because it's already hot in Alabama. It rained about 20 minutes here yesterday afternoon. We were in the store when it rained. The rain stopped before we got out. We walked out. It was like walking through butter. It was like, ugh, it was just muggy and gross. And like you can feel the air on you. It's almost like the air is just sticky and you're just walking and it's gross. And of course my kid was like, ugh. I mean, you could just see in his face, like, I didn't expect to have this muggy heat. And I was like, Campbell, it's muggy. He was like, muggy. And I was like, it is muggy. It's gross. So welcome to summer. Yay. And of course it's rained today. And we were talking about going to our Splash Adventure water park, which we do, once a week. And I don't think we're going to go today because it's going to be too icky outside. Just gross. So halfway to the holiday, first, let's talk a little bit about, since you mentioned the cruise, the Disney Cruise Line entertainment coming. Yeah. The Maritime Christmas sailings are starting this fall. Mm-hmm. It's a new deck party. It's coming Mickey and Minnie's holiday party. Mickey and Minnie and Goofy will host the holiday sing-along leading up to the tree lighting and the introduction of the cruise's guest of honor. Can you guess who that is, Jen?
The guest of honor on the cruise?
Guest of honor.
It is not
Who
Mickey?
Would that be? No.
Jack
Santa
Skellington?
Claus.
Oh, Santa Claus.
It's Santa Claus.
Do you like I went to Jack
right.
Skellington? I'm like IP, Jack Skellington. Santa Claus is not IP, David.
Well, but he's the guest of honor.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I mean, he's Santa. He can find, if he can come to every house in the world in one night, he can find cruise ships, sure. And so, which that's really strange. I hadn't thought about that either. Santa's propensity he has got to hit cruise ships, and there are people that are traveling in airports and stuff. And, he just randomly drops by. That's Santa.
Yeah. You can track him too. I'll tell you what, on Google.
So choice. So Disney promises a fresh mix. He's so fetch. Disney promises a fresh mix of classic and original holiday songs. In addition to new entertainment, the Very Merry Sailings will feature Disney characters in new holiday outfits with carolers, themed activities, holiday decorations, food and beverage selections. Basically, we're going to take a 4th of July smoothie that's red, white, and blue and put some green and red dye in there, and all of a sudden it's red and green and silvery, and it's like, hey, it's Christmas. And of course, you will have merch available for sale, because you got to have stuff that says Merry Time Cruise on it. So that's happening.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the two big things they announced. The new one and the returning one. We'll talk about the returning one first. That, of course, is the Very Merry Christmas Party, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, starting this November the 9th through the 22nd of December. If you're keeping score, it is the 9th, 10th, 13th, 14th, 16th, 17th, 19th, 21st, 22nd, 26th, 28th, and 30th of November, and December 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 14th, 15th, 17th, 19th, 21st, and 22nd. To the people who are listening to this podcast at 1.5 and 2 times speed, good luck with that. And so those are the dates of the Christmas party itself happening. And of course, you're going to get a lot of things that will be returning. You will have, this time, Elsa, Anna, Olaf, and Kristoff with the snow geese in front of the Cinderella Castle doing the Frozen Holiday Surprise. It's a brand new Frozen-inspired entertainment experience offered both during the regular park hours and during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So stay tuned for details on that. We will have a lot of the stuff returning. You'll have the Minnie's fireworks. You're going to have the Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade, which, by the way, if you've never seen this parade, it is a fantastic parade. It is so much fun. It is. I dare say I would put this above the Boo to You. There are people that are not going to be happy I said that, but I think for me personally, I take this over the Boo to You.
I do enjoy it,
but
I really do. Yeah, I enjoy I enjoy Christmas time though more than Halloween. Personally,
I love this parade. Of course, during the thing going on, during the event, you will have all the attractions open. Well, not all. Most of the attractions open. Tron Life Cycle will be open. They will be using a virtual queue during this event, so you can't still just walk up. You have to virtual queue it. So that's going to be fun. Of course, it also happening around the parks. Epcot will have the return of the Candlelight Processional during Epcot's International Festival of the Holidays, starting November 24th through the 30th. We'll hear about all the guests and stuff probably closer to the fall. You'll have traditions like the storytellers, the musical acts and performers. Holiday kitchens are going to return to the World Showcase this season, so that'll be fun. Over at Disney Springs, the Christmas tree stroll is coming back, so you can stop around and just walk through. And there are something like 20 or 25 trees. I've been to this thing probably 3 or 4 years in a row now. I don't think I've seen all the trees at once in a single year. Like, I keep missing some trees. I keep forgetting.
Well, they are all over. They used to be a trail, but now they're they're kind of
after COVID, they put them all over Disney
they're all
Springs.
over the place. Yeah.
I kind of wish they were in a trail. I'll be honest with you, so I could see them one after the other, but it was probably too much to handle with people just going through the trail, stopping, taking pictures all along, versus now you walk over. And some of the trees are a little like, okay, they just did some stuff up. Some of the trees are very elaborate and really cool. So Santa Claus will be making an appearance, not only on apparently the ships, but also all 4 parks, Disney Springs, and he'll be at the water parks. You'll find him in his tropical holiday beach wear. So that'll be fun.
He goes on vacation too.
Yep. Animal Kingdom, of course, we have Christmas time there because the Merry Menagerie of Winter Animals returns to Animal Kingdom in the form of artisan sculpted puppets. If I'm correct in saying the puppets, I believe, are the puppets you see at the very beginning of the whole, like as you walk in Animal Kingdom, where they have the different, like the bear puppet and the turtle puppet, the rabbit puppet, and whatever. I mean, do you know what I'm talking about? That puppetry. I'm wondering if that's the artisan puppetry we're talking about. Because the penguins, they do some really cool stuff with those puppets too.
Yeah, it might be.
So that'd be cool. I can't remember seeing them in other parts of the year, although I could be making that up, and they might be there. I don't know. So don't know.
Hard to say, but that'll be cool. But,
That'll be cool. So let's now hop over to Hollywood Studios, and this is where the fun stuff happens, because this is where everything's gonna be happening. This is the Jollywood Nights. Jollywood Nights, brand new event for Disney World, and I am super excited about this. So, this is gonna be happening starting November 11th only for 10 nights, 11th, 18th, 20th, 27th, and 29th.
Yep.
And then December 4th, 6th, 16th, 18th, and 20th. Tickets will be from $159 to $179 per person.
Yep.
Tickets for for the select Disney World Hotel, Swan and Dolphin, Shades of Green on June 29th, which same thing for the Christmas party, by the way.
Yeah.
All guests can get them July the 6th.
It was the 6th. Okay, I'm not crazy.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, I wasn't listening, but you're right. Yeah, July the 6th. So let's run through some events happening, because this is one of those things that when they announced it, everybody was scrambling and going, what is Jollywood? What is this?
Yeah.
And just, of course, they released this really cool, like, vintage poster of the Hollywood Tower with some decorations on it, and people and the trumpets and stuff. And they have another poster of Kermit and Biggie, which we'll get to in a minute. But this is a holiday vibe like you have never felt before. You're going to have decor, sound of modern beats, and they're setting it up to where there's different events happening all over the park. So there's a different vibe in each part of the park.
Yeah.
So it's not like the same thing. One of my few complaints about the Very Merry Christmas Party is that it really mostly happens on Main Street in like Fantasyland in front of the castle. Like, that's where all the festivities are. And you'll see some decor around the parks. But when I understand at Disneyland with the Oogie Boogie Bash, the whole park is decorated. The whole park is like Christmas-fied. Here it's like all the Main Street stuff. It snows on Main Street. The castle is all decorated. There's the fireworks. There's a parade. You see some characters around the parks. But like, other than just some Christmas decor, you don't see a lot in Adventureland.
Right.
You don't see a lot in
the Jingle Cruise
stuff.
Like
Jingle Cruise, there's that. This is going to be all throughout the park, and it's actually starting at 8:30 p.m. going through 12:30 a.m. So you get 4 hours of goodness, which is going to be cool. Some of the things you can experience, the different genres. There's going to be a DJ spinning mix of holiday tunes. Commissary Lane is going to have a Latin street fair. What that means, I have no idea, but they're going to be serving, like, I guess, tacos and things like that. They'll probably have a mariachi band out there. So the whole Commissary Lane with ABC Commissary is, as it's leading down to Sci-Fi Cafe, that whole lane there is a Latin street fair. The Hollywood Brown Derby is going to get a piano bar. There's going to be a singer, piano performing jazz standards. It's going to be a very speakeasy type of atmosphere. So that's going to be pretty awesome. The Tip Top Club at the Tower of Terror Courtyard will have a ghostly band playing 20s tunes with snacks and drinks there. So I don't even know what that looks like, but that sounds amazing.
But Tower of Terror is like my jam.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait. I mean, because I will get tickets.
Right. Oh yeah, we're all gonna buy tickets for this. And we'll get to the tickets in a minute. Mickey and Minnie and the gang will have photo ops with new costumes, backdrops, and props. This is the mark of the true Disney fan, where you hear Mickey and Minnie have new costumes. You gotta go. This is gonna be awesome. I've got Mickey and Minnie in like 75 different costumes over the years, and now I'm like, what are they gonna do now? Are they gonna put like tinsel around the head? Are they gonna have some sort of Santa stash? What's gonna happen? I don't know. I'm excited for the costume. I'm excited for Mickey and Minnie costumes. I'm excited for costumes wearing costumes. It's ridiculous, right?
I'm just saying,
this is what we do, right?
It's gonna be No, I'm still all about the Tip Top Club. I'm sorry. I have wanted to go to the Tip Top Club since I started like going to the Tower of Terror. So like whatever. I wanted to go. Yeah. So.
It's gonna be great. Now the Nightmare Before Christmas sing along will be in the Hyperion Theater, which is where they have the Frozen sing along. They're turning that into a Nightmare Before Christmas sing along. Jack Skellington will be there, which will be very interesting. Apparently, they're going to turn this around very fast. I don't know how they're Disney magic. They'll make it happen.
I mean, if it's just the backdrop. I mean, honestly, really, the backdrop is the only thing that's going to have to. Well, and
now, how are you with Nightmare Before Christmas? Are you a big fan? Is it a movie you watch frequently? I've seen it one time. I liked it, but it's not something I care about returning.
Correct. I have seen it. I have no problem with it. I like it well enough, but I don't. Yep. It's just not like, it's not my jam. It is one of those things that when people who love it, it's like a cult classic.
Right.
You know,
I know, This Is Halloween. I know that song.
Halloween,
and I know just the lines of that song. That's all I know. Is the lines of that song.
What's this? Like, this white thing's everywhere.
I know that line.
Yeah.
And I know, and it's one of those things where like in my head, I hear the song, but I don't know what the words are. So I can be like, what's this? What's this? There's white things in the air. What's this? There's magic everywhere. I don't know. Is that the words? I have no idea. But in my head, I hear the entire song. I hear the Oogie Boogie song in my head, but I can't tell you the words of it. And there's a Lock, Stock, and Barrel song that Santa Claus. But I don't know the words to it. And so I'm familiar with it, but I don't know the words of a lot of these songs. I'm not a super fan of this. I wanted to take my picture with Jack Skellington because I've never done it, but I don't want to wait.
I did that with him and Sally at a Halloween party.
But it's always got a massive line to do it, and it's
super
never
long.
done it.
Yeah.
And when I'm going, I'm typically going with you and with Brady and with KylaKylaKyla and other friends. And I'm like, well, y'all don't want to wait 2 hours for a picture. So I'm not going to wait 2 hours for a picture while you guys are out there having fun in the parks. And I'm waiting to meet Jack and Sally. And so never happens, right? But they're going to be there the night before Christmas sing along. Jingle Bell Jingle Bam is also returning with music, projections, effects, which is cool. And a lot of people love this. And they've taken this away for the last couple of years. I believe this is the one with Prep and Landing, which is the elf characters, which is going to be a lot of fun. And this used to be free at night with Hollywood Studios. I think it may only be at the party this time. I'm not really sure.
I honestly don't know, but regardless, I mean, it was cool. It was a cool show.
We will also get Frozone's Snow Zone, where they will be snowing in Pixar Place, and you'll get that with Edna Mode will be over there. And I think those are the two characters that will be kind of doing their thing there. I don't know a lot about that. I know that's really going to be the only part of the park, the Pixar Place, that will not be fully decorated in Halloween, but they will be doing a snow stuff there,
which is cool.
And finally, well, I say finally, there might be some more surprises coming, but from what we know about, this is the most exciting thing for me. Kermit and Piggy at the Theater of the Stars. They'll be doing like a review show of some sort of variety show, which to me, this is amazing because you won't see Kermit and Piggy on the screen. They're actually going to be there. Now, my best guess is they'll be sitting at a table in their best dressed finery, and the table will whirl around or the curtain will open. They'll be sitting there or something, on something or whatever. They're not going to be walking through this, which would be amazing, but I don't think they will be. But they're going to get some of that, which is going to be just super cool. And you're going to have different characters coming out. Belle is going to be singing something from Enchanted Christmas. I think Minnie comes out and sings a song. So like a variety show, basically. This is where the theater where Beauty and the Beast is going to be. And it's just going to be great. Mickey and Minnie Mouse, they'll all be there. Powerline Max, Phineas and Ferb will be at Echo Lake. Edna Mode will be there with Frozen at Pixar Place. So a lot of characters will be out. You're also going to get after hours access to Slinky Dog Dash, Rock and Roller Coaster, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, Rise of the Resistance. Now, from what I understand, Rise of the Resistance will be virtual queue, or will use the virtual queue during Jollywood. I don't think it'll be just virtual, but I think they will use it.
They'll probably,
in there.
Well, because otherwise you might literally spend your entire time waiting.
Right, and that's the thing too about that. Yeah. So this is going to be exciting. This is really going to be cool.
My focus is definitely going to be on not the rides. It's going to be on all of the other things.
And Disney has come out and said that over the 4 hours, they're trying to set it up to where that you can experience just about everything you want to experience. I think they're trying to minimize the lines. They're doing several shows, like several of the holiday shows, several of the Jack Skellington shows, the Kermit and Piggy shows. So all throughout the night, they'll be sprinkled. So you can see a lot of you have a chance to go see the shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's because I think one of the complaints too that I hear about the Halloween party and the Christmas party is, I mean, for good or for bad, there's so much to do there. So much to do. And you can't get to it all. You just can't. And again, when you're with a group of people, I tend to follow the crowd. I'm not like, I'm going to do this all by myself.
Right.
And because I like being with my friends, because I don't get to see a lot of my friends a lot of times, other than the parks. And so, we want to kind of stick together and do our thing. So there are things that some of us miss out on, I think, because there's so much to do and we're doing rides and whatever. And so I like the idea that Disney is at least attempting to make it where you can try to do everything in that 4-hour course.
Yeah.
Tickets are going to go on sale. And they're going to sell out. I don't know.
I think they're selling out. No, but they're going to sell out
pretty fast. So if you want these tickets, we can get them for you. But if you want these tickets, we want to do this. You need to let us know. Yeah, we're going to hop on this. There's probably going to be 1 or 2 of us that are going to be purchasing several tickets for the rest of us, while the rest of us are dealing with clients getting tickets for them. Because I've already had inquiries on it, and it's just one of those things where you want to get tickets for it. They are non-refundable.
Yep.
They're pretty much non-transferable. There's always a chance you can call Disney. We can call Disney and plead the case. No guarantees. Do not go into it going, well, it says non-transferable, but I'll get the ticket. If I can't use it, then I probably can talk to Disney. Don't do that. Don't say that.
Don't say that. Don't. No.
Yeah. No. With runDisney, it's a hard no.
It's a hard
Disney,
pass, yeah.
It's a soft no.
I mean, like if grandma's coming, but then grandma's not coming, and you decide to bring Aunt Judy, like, can we transfer grandma's ticket to Aunt Judy? Like, I mean, you could call and plead a case, but we're not going to guarantee that you can do that.
Not going to guarantee it at all. And so, so don't go in thinking that. But this is exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. Jen, what are you looking forward to? Don't just say Jollywood, but overall, like, what are you looking forward to? After the holidays, 6 months from now, we're down there for Christmas. What's happening?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, it's a cop out to say, like, literally, I'm just looking forward to the whole trip, but because I am, but I really am looking forward to like like I said, Jollywood Tip Top Club. I want to see what they're doing with that because, like I said, Tower of Terror has been a slight obsession for me and Brady. We love it. That's one of our favorite attractions. We also love the 1920s. We love like the whole Art Deco. We love that whole vibe. So, in fact, one room in our house is sort of like that
awesome.
kind of feel. So we, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that. I'm also very excited, like you said, for Kermit and Piggy, like because you don't.
Great.
I mean, that's that's really cool. So if I'm gonna narrow it down to like one thing, like I'm very much looking forward to that as part of the trip overall.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it's one of those things. When I see the Kermit and Piggy thing, I know I'm going to be upset afterwards because I'm going to be like, they know how much we love the Muppets. They can do things with the Muppets. Why are we not doing more with the Muppets?
This for a while. That is correct.
Yeah, you're going to hear. I'm going to talk about that for a while because that's just the way it is.
Be a thing.
I'm looking forward to all this. Honestly, I am looking forward to the food. The merch is going to be cool. The food's going to be cool. Yep. We'll be going down. There's a group of us going down in November. Really, it's a spur of the moment, not a spur of the moment, but more of a like 2 or 3 people in our big group was like, hey, let's go down. Let's all meet down there. And everybody said, okay, give me a reason to go to Disney. And now I'm going. And so there's that. So there's a big group going down in November, and I'm excited about going to because we'll be getting the tail end of the Food and Wine Festival. The festival holidays start like a week or 2 after that, and I love festival holidays. And honestly, I'm looking at going into December with the family, and I may only go for a couple of days just to go to the Epcot Festival holidays because I love that festival.
I do love the festival holidays,
and so
I love festivals.
Yeah, I love festivals overall.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that. Jollywood's going to be great. I probably am going to skip the Christmas party this year. I've done it several times. But I will say, okay, so Jen, you've got a family who says, you know what? We go to Disney sometimes. We love Disney. We've never been to the Christmas party, but then here's Jollywood. Which one should we do?
It's probably going to depend on the ages of their kids, honestly. I think.
Let's say small children. Let's say
if they have small children, I'm probably going to
5 and 7.
I'm probably sending them to the Very Merry Christmas Party.
If
they're now, I have families that are going to do both. Like they're hands down. Their kids are a little bit older. The kids can hang. You know, like they are not first timers. And I do think Jollywood is something that's going to expand over time. I do think that that's going to continue to like have more offerings.
Is the test, I think.
This is the test. We'll see how it goes. And then they'll offer more nights. I mean, even Oogie Boogie, when it first started, only had a couple of nights out in Disneyland, and now we're up to 20 some nights. So I do think that that's going to expand. But yeah, smaller children, I'm probably going to say Very Merry Christmas Party. Jollywood, though, I think people who have been before, people who have teenagers, like
I love it.
Is going to be, or let's be real, adult only trips. If it is an adult only trip, go to Jollywood. Like
yes. Yeah. Now there's nothing wrong with the Christmas party. And if you've never been and you're thinking about it, Christmas party is great. I love the Christmas party. There's a reason I've been probably 5 or 6 times over the years in the last decade or so, because I always go when I have a chance. This, however, is Jollywood, and I'm going to watch money a little bit. I'm like, I don't want to spend money on this and this. So I'm going to hold off. And, if something happens, if Christmas presents itself later, maybe. But right now, I think I'm going to go Jollywood, and I would recommend Jollywood, especially with the older teenagers and stuff and the adults only.
Yeah. And I think the other reason, I'm just kind of harkening back to this, that I think you can't get to everything at Very Merry Christmas parties. People are waiting for the parade, and you're waiting where Jollywood's not having a parade. So it's not like you're lining up, like to get a good spot to see things.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, totally agree. So that goes on sale next week on the 29th and through July 6th. So just be aware, get ready for that. Let us know if you guys need tickets, and we are happy to help.
Absolutely.
So finally, on today's show, there was a new movie that has come out called Elemental from Pixar. And I want to talk about this movie real quickly because I saw this past weekend. I try to see all the Disney movies. I try to see all the movies if I can, because I like to come on the show and talk about them and everything. Jen sees about 4 movies a year. I think she's seen 2 already, so she's not due to see another movie again till August. But let us know. So Elemental is the story of Ember and Wade, and they are living in Elemental City, where fire, water, land, and air all live together. And you've seen some of the previews, some of the pictures where you get fire. It's like walking fire, walking water. There's clouds for the air, and there's like dirt walking for the ground. It's really animated really quickly, or really nicely. And I'm not going to spoil this. I'm going to kind of walk through the plot real quick, but no spoilers. So don't worry, people who haven't seen it. I'm not going to spoil it for you. So essentially, it starts out with the 2 fire characters, the mom and the dad, and they have left their homeland, Fireland, or whatever it's called. They have come to Element City, which is kind of representation of any large city. I mean, if you want to put this to a parallel of modern day society, you're probably going to put this in the 60s, maybe, or 70s or something like that.
Okay.
So they moved to the city of, they set shop in Firetown. They opened up like a coffee shop or like an actual little bar, diner or whatever.
Fire is drinking coffee, but like,
well, no, they drink lava java is what they drink.
Oh, lava. Okay, that makes sense.
The jokes are very clever because they actually, instead of corn nuts, they have coal nuts where they have like little pieces of coal on plates and stuff, and there's little things all around because it's little hidden jokes, little signs and things which are a lot of fun.
Okay.
So that's a lot of fun. So they have Bernie and Cinder are the names of the mom and the dad, and the daughter is named Ember. Now she's a very strong-willed daughter, and you see her growing up. She grows up, and she's going to take over the shop because Dad is. I love the dad character. He's just so proud of his daughter, and he's such a family man, such a good businessman. He's worked his way from nothing, and some crazy things happened, and some water pipes burst, and you find a guy made of water popping out of the pipes into the basement of their coffee shop. And
I feel like that's dangerous for a fire.
Right, for fire and water. Exactly. They don't really mix. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
And so Ember meets Wade. And Wade is the water guy. Ember is the fire girl. And as you can imagine, quote unquote, sparks fly, right? And so there's a whole thing about saving the shop because the shop is now deemed dangerous because the pipes are bursting. So they're trying to save the shop. Right. They're trying to go back and forth, but they end up liking each other, but they can't really tell each other's families. Well, I take that back. The dad, Ember's dad, is not really fond of Wade and the Water Society, whereas the water people are like, hey, we love everybody, right? And so
this almost sounds like West Side Story, just a kind of little bit. Thing.
Like, it's almost like a Romeo and Juliet type story as well.
Okay,
I don't want to say forbidden love. We have two people who shouldn't be together and should not mix because fire and water, right? They end up solving the problems together, and they end up, they kind of walks through their journey of being together. Overall, I liked this movie very much.
Oh, good.
I thought this movie was beautifully animated. I love the fact that the voice cast, there's nobody in the voice cast. I mean, if you really dig down to it, you might be like, oh, she was the girl who was on that Disney Channel show, or that was the guy who played this fourth lead part in this movie.
But like not big like names.
Not big names, none of them.
Yeah.
And which kind of annoys me whenever you have I don't want to say Trolls in particular. I've never seen Trolls, but they'll do an advertisement for the movie Trolls. And it's like, there's a list of like 14 names: Justin Timberlake, Anna Kendrick, Charlie Day, all the way down. It's like all these people. And I'm like, I don't want to spend the time going, okay, so is that Jason Sudeikis and Will Forte? Can't really tell. I don't want to do that, right? So you don't really know any voices, which
the lead singer Troll is Justin Timberlake. I'm just
Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick are the two leads, and they're on Netflix. I need to eventually watch it. There's the third one's coming out.
Actually, is cute. So, it's cute.
They've already had two. The third one's coming out. So anyway, Elemental. I thought the movie was beautiful. I thought it was really well done. I love this style of Pixar storytelling, taking something. Anytime you can say so-and-so has feelings with a Pixar movie, it's a good movie. Again, toys have feelings. Toy Story. Feelings have feelings. Inside Out. Dinosaurs have feelings. The Good Dinosaur. Pete Son is the director, and he was the one who did The Good Dinosaur. And he also did a movie, Pixar short film called Partly Cloudy, which is the story of the clouds and the storks and things like that. It's really sweet.
I think I did see that one.
I really liked that a lot. And he's done some other short films and everything for Pixar. Pete Son is also the son of what I think is Asian immigrants, because at the very end of the movie, there's not a post-credit scene, but you see a picture of his parents, and it's dedicated to his parents, and they are immigrants. Now, here's the trick about the movie, and I'll be very careful how I say this. The trick about the movie is that when I'm watching the movie, after the movie was over, I turned to my beautiful bride, Steph, and I was like, I feel like that's like a Romeo and Juliet type story. I said, I kind of feel like that's a Jewish, and whatever Jewish Christian kind of story. And she goes, I got Chinese immigrant. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, you're right. And of course, then the picture pops up, and I'm like, that's exactly what it is. Now, I can't speak for Pete Son. I haven't heard interviews with him to say this is exactly the story I'm telling, but all the parallels are there. You've got two different quote unquote elements / races or whatever, two different communities who don't spend a lot of time together learning how to work together. I think the story is told really, really well. And let me go ahead and say this too. There's a lot of things surrounding Disney movies now. And I think in recent history with Disney, they've had some problems with certain stories, whatever. And that's a lot of people are like, yes. And a lot of people are like, no, push all that back, push all that aside. Enjoy this movie for what it is. I didn't get a sense of like, that was kind of woke. I didn't get any of that. I also didn't get that was purely whatever. I didn't get any of that. I enjoyed the story. So
it's a story that's just a good story.
Yes, it's a good story. It's a good story. And it's a sweet story. And it's not like I got no agenda out of it. I didn't walk out going, well, they're trying to tell me this. No, I just was like, that was a good movie. If you want to know more, you're welcome to contact me. We can talk directly. But otherwise, I liked the movie. I did. I liked the movie. It's unfortunate it's getting some of this backlash from whether it's earned or not. It's unfortunate it's getting that. Had a very low opening. I'm hoping that once it premieres on Disney Plus, which, by the way, I think is one of the problems Disney's having, is because people are now so used to these movies going on Disney Plus so fast. Avatar: The Way of Water is already on HBO Max, although it has been 6 months. It's on HBO.
That one's been a while.
There are movies, the Pixar movies especially. Several of them appeared straight to Disney Plus, which. It's a crime that Soul was on Disney Plus first. We talked about that before.
That still kills me.
They really should do a theatrical run of this movie, and I think people would go see it. I would go see it in a heartbeat.
I would totally go see it on the big screen.
I don't know when this movie's going to come out on Disney Plus. I really wish they would announce it. Hey, we're not putting this movie on Disney Plus till like November, till Christmas or something, because people might go see it. They're already starting to promote their newest one, Elio, which comes out next spring. I know very little about it. It's about space aliens, and the trailer is something like Elio is a boy, and he is kidnapped by aliens, and somehow it's miscommunicated that he is the ambassador to Earth. And so hilarity.
Interesting.
That's all we know. Elemental, I think, is great. I had a good time with it. It was probably my 4th or 5th favorite movie of 2023.
Oh, wow.
It's just fun, and I want to see it again. So if you're looking for things to criticize and nitpick, you'll find them. That's just
I think that's the case with every movie, though. If you want to nitpick on something, you can always find something to nitpick.
Yeah.
If you want to find a reason to be upset, you can always find a reason to be upset.
Before the movie, however, is another Pixar short, which they haven't done this in a little while. Now they have a Pixar short called, was it Carl's First Date or something like that? Carl from Up.
Carl!
Going out on a date for the first time since Ellie passed. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Doug, and he's trying to, well, here's the thing. He also doesn't know how he feels about this either, because he has an elderly woman from the nursing home who's asked him on a dinner date, who's asked him to go on a dinner date. He agrees. Then he's like, what am I doing? I don't know. There's a really touching scene where he has the frame of him and Ellie, and he's looking at it and everything. And Doug is right there. And Doug is the comic relief. I don't want you to be sad. You shouldn't be sad. You should be happy, or whatever, and so there is the whole, like, whatever. This was a really sweet cartoon. It's really,
I
really
love
sweet.
Up,
It's all about Carl kind of accepting the fact that, yes, Ellie's gone. He still loves her. And at the very end of it, it's like a 6-minute short. I'm not spoiling it. At the very end of it, he's talking to Ellie in the frame. And he's like, Ellie, I will always love you. You're always my number one. But basically the sense of, like, I want to move forward. I kind of want to move forward a little bit. And Doug is right there being comedic, and it's really, really cute and sweet. It's worth the price of admission just for that little short. I love it. So that's my review of Elemental. That is my review of Carl's First Date. And that's our overlook on halfway to the holidays. Yay. Yeah. So Jenn, where can we find you and your, remind me again, when is your trip? It's like mid-July. Is that correct?
End of July.
End of July.
Yeah,
okay.
End of July.
So we got another month. Got another month.
Yep.
You've got to see Iron Man. So you need to see Iron Man between now and, say, in the next 3 to 4 weeks. You need to rewatch it, because that's
by rewatch you mean watch for the first time.
You haven't seen the first Iron Man?
No,
I thought that was one you had seen.
No.
Oh shit. All right, I'm texting her. Kyla, what do you think about hosting a podcast? Okay. Sorry. Just asking. That's okay. Because again, with this summer, we've talked about doing a Patreon, and that's one of the things we're going to do on Patreon. Is we're going to start going through the Marvel movies.
Well, I know, but like, so you got to tell me when we're doing our first episode that I'll be ready for.
Well, a couple of weeks, not now, but a couple of weeks. Right. And so you have a couple of weeks. I'd like to get the first one. I'd love to see the first one happen before you go on the trip.
All right.
Possible. So that is your charge to watch Iron Man. Sit down with your beloved hubby, watch Iron Man.
I'll be pulling teeth if he doesn't want to watch it.
Well, so here, that's fine.
I'll watch it
with your dad, whatever. Watch it by yourself. Take notes, whatever. But the first two you'll need to watch, and you don't have to watch both of them at this time. But the first two on the schedule are going to be Iron Man, and then Hulk. The one with Eric. Which Hulk? Eric Bana? No, Edward Norton.
Wait, does that count?
It does count. That is part of the MCU.
Oh, crap. Okay.
That's a very little scene film. Well, I'll say a little scene. That's a film that people don't really talk about a lot, but it does.
You did not inform me that was in canon. You did not.
It is in canon. It's in canon.
Okay, fine.
Jen,
wait,
there are
Iron Man first.
There's like 30 of these movies, by the way.
So, Iron Man first. Is that what I have?
Iron Man first. Iron Man first. And we're going to go in chronological release order. So Iron Man in the first phase, we'll do Iron Man, we'll do Hulk, Captain America, the first Avenger, Iron Man 2, Thor, I think, is in the first, the Avengers. We'll get through all those first. And then we'll kind of see where we are.
All right. Well, you're just gonna have to tell me just feed it to me one at a time. So I'll start with
one at a time, and we're gonna do an episode talking about that movie. especially after seeing Endgame. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun watching you fill the gaps in of like, oh, that makes sense, or oh, this makes sense, or even come up and going, I did not like this movie at all. And that's okay to say that, because there are some that aren't that great, and there are others that hopefully you'll say, I didn't want to watch this movie. This was fantastic. So yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there on all of them. So we'll invite the audience to go on that journey with us, because I've actually had people literally tell me, so Jen's gonna watch Marvel movies and it's on Patreon. Pay me I'll take my money. Take my money right now. So yes, this is gonna be fun.
It'll be Jen
and I in turn will watch Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. So there you go.
Yes, I cannot. Kyla, what are you doing?
I'll get there.
Just wondering.
Yeah, I'll get there. So Jen, where can we find you online?
You can find me at Upon a Star Jen, and my personal Instagram is at Jen_Novotny.
Perfect. I am Dave, and you can find me at the Magic on a Dollar on Instagram, which, by the way, they have now taken down the fake account. After 2.5 years of working with Instagram to try to get it to happen, there was an account that took my picture with Goofy, and had like a variation of the Magic on a Dollar name, and it was been up, and it was like 12 pictures of just random people of just stuff, and had my bio up and everything, and I'm like, take it down. They finally took it down. So I meta verified now, and that's actually the reason I did it. That's what
because now you paid the money, so now you can fix it.
I'm like, and I talked to somebody directly. Maybe it was an AI chat bot. I have no idea, but they took it down. So I'm very happy about that. The Magic on a Dollar on Instagram, the only Magic on a Dollar, by the way. There is a Disney on a Dollar on Instagram. It's not me. I'm trying to figure out how to get that name from them if I can. Who knows? I don't know. But we'll see. Find me on Disney on a Dollar and Magic on a Dollar on Facebook as well. And of course, find us at uponastartravel.com. There's a blog up there. You actually can read all the stuff about all the dates coming up and everything. And we'll have some blogs up about the Christmas party itself and Jollywood itself. So you can kind of look at both of those and all that. Of course, find us on Upon a Star Travel at all the social media places. Jen, delight to talk to you as always. I'm sure I'll talk to you in like 20 minutes when we text each other or Polo or whatever, because that's what we do. You and I and a bunch of other people, because that's who we are.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Thank you for joining us. Thank you out there joining us as well. Until next week, don't forget to thank your Phoenicians.
Thank you for listening to the Main Street Electrical Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at the MSE Podcast, or visit our website at themsepodcast.com. Be sure to subscribe, and may all your wishes come true.